After you had that, I guess, delayed exit interview with Kobe, I mean, how do you come away with that, and how do you feel about the team going forward?
We had I felt a relaxing breakfast. You know, there was no agenda. It was really just to sit down and, reacquaint, talk a little bit of basketball. What are you doing this summer? How are things going? How do you feel? Kind of worked into the season a little bit. What do you think about the past season? What are your feelings going forward? Very positive. I'm not going to share with you what we talked about, but I would say it was a positive meeting. I mean, he's been around a long time. There aren't too many postseason interviews, that he hasn't dealt with. It's been the agony of going out in the first round and then the joy of winning a 7-game series. So he's kind of used to the ups and downs of exit interviews. It's not going to be something that's abnormal at this stage in his career.
Are you guys planning yet for the day when he's not going to be around? I mean, let's face it, he's a little young age-wise, but body-wise, he's...
Yeah, Joe, but I don't know how you plan for that.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
What do you...
We don't look forward to the day he's not around, but I don't know how you plan for it.
Hey, Mitch, we've been here for a couple weeks now that the Lakers are trying to move into the first round. You talked about it earlier in your statements here, but outside of the Rockets, not a lot of teams were able to move, and that kind of stagnancy is a little bit something that is a little bit different than past years. Were you surprised by how little movement there was?
A little bit. But I think that's going to be the norm going forward. Under the new collective bargaining agreement, you're limited. First of all, you're limited to how much money you can spend to buy a pick or to sell a pick. I'm not sure if you're aware that it used to be any deal can involve $3 million either coming or going. Now it's $3 million a year. And it includes, it's aggregate. So if you sell a pick for $1.5 million and then you do a deal, you get $1.5 million back, you're done. You're done for the year. So the dollar is less powerful in our league now, and that means draft choices, whether they're present draft choices or future draft choices, are probably more valuable. So you probably see a lot less teams looking to move picks. For example, I think we got lucky being able to, buy a pick like we did, because we're limited as to how we can improve our team. The mid-level no longer exists. You got this mini mid-level, which is $3 million, and after that, we got the veterans minimum. Whereas in years past, we used to have access to the mid-level, which is about $5.5 million for 5 years. And then we had the biannual, which was about $2 million for 2 years. So we don't even have those available to us now. So it's an adjustment period for the league, and I think people recognize that drafting, cap management, use of your cap space going forward is probably real important.